Oh my God. Are you guys caught up? I hope you're caught up because truly we're about to get into it, okay? It's time to talk all about Agatha All Along, episodes 6 and 7. Holy smackaroos. Oh my gosh, because I can't say it yet. But you guys, honestly, let's get started, okay? So episode 6 is sort of a recap. It's giving you a little backstory as to what's been going on and who exactly is this new hero named the Wiccan. Well, it turns out their name is William. William, it was really nothing. Except it was everything, sweetheart. Let's get into it. So, we start off at a bat mitzvah, and William Kaplan is celebrating becoming a man. I think that's how that works. I was never good at religion. But yeah, they're having a big old party, and who should be there but Lilia, our psychic, Patti LuPone, and baby, she is making her queen at this bar mitzvah. You know, she is cleaning up with all these families, all right? She's probably telling them all sorts of nonsense that ain't gonna come true. But William comes in and has his fortune told. And Lilia is at first, indulging him. She thinks it's gonna be another scam, right? Like her grift is going. She's in full grift mode. Like, yeah, okay, let's flip your cards, kid. And then she suddenly starts flipping things and things start clicking. She's like, holy shit. Like, the more she flips cards, the more information starts to come to her. And she's starting to see the future play out. And she's like, oh. So she assures him everything's fine, even though it's like teletyping with her eyes. Like, kid, you're in danger, girl. Okay? It's like, Molly, you're in danger, girl. Yeah, so a news alert breaks out. And they are told they have to end the bat mitzvah early. So everyone has to go home. Before Lilia leaves, she takes a little tablet, like a little talisman, and scribbles on it and puts it inside of William's jacket pocket, saying, give this to the kid. I think he left it in my booth. So he's wearing his jacket on the ride home, right? They heard news that the big sphere that was over, Westview that Wanda put there to protect everything, to keep it inside the little reality, it's like exploding, right? And as they're driving back towards their home, they're caught in the impact and they swerve off the road and they crash. When you look over, you see that William has a bloody head and his family is freaking out. Like his mom and dad are so scared, right? And you hear his heart beating, and suddenly it starts going slower and slower and slower until it stops. And you just hear the faint sound of the little kids from WandaVision, Billy and Tommy, and then he snaps awake. He just take his body. Is that grave robbing? I feel like that's grave robbing. Tell me if I'm wrong. But immediately I'm like, oh, I'm loving this. I didn't realize, this is like a different part of witch lore I never really knew much about. I guess it's a divination. Like bring some like necromancy, bringing someone back from the dead. What is it called when you take someone else's body? Like, what is that? What would that be called? Witchy people down below, please comment. I'd love to know because this is a different lore that I haven't really experienced too. It's sort of like in Practical Magic where they bring back somebody, but they come back as like a demon, right? So this is new lore. I love it. Flash forward to where we are now, and it's Agatha and Billy now confronting each other. And she's dug herself out of the muck, and she is annoyed. I would say she's pissed, but she's more annoyed. And she's like, well, if it isn't the son of the Scarlet Witch. And she expedition dumps on us hard, baby. Okay, so they're having their back and forth, right? And I cannot believe this girl. Hold on a second here. Hello? 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 Weird. Anyways, so her and Billy are going at it, right? And he's basically telling her, like, look, bitch, I don't need you anymore. I have all the powers. And he tries to summon it back up, and wouldn't you know, it's blanks. He's got nothing, okay? He's tapped out. So Lilia and Jen are underground, right? The quicksand threw them underground beneath the witch's road. They're still technically on it. They're just, like, in a hidden tunnel. And Lilia is jumping back and forth, right? Like, she is piecing together things bits by bits. Like, she's making no sense whatsoever. But every time she jumps back in, she feeds a little bit more information to Jen. Every time she jumps back, she does not remember a goddamn thing. Like, she is dying, okay? Meanwhile, there is a deadly game of tarot going on, right? And we have Billy and Agatha playing on the deck of tarot cards, a beautiful ornate table. This next trial has them all dressed up like stereotypical witches from pop culture. Agatha is Alphaba. Billy is Maleficent. He looks sickening. Honestly, I was it's like the camp does not stop. And they have to basically read tarot, and they better get it right because above them are swords. These trials keep getting better and better. I have to say, like, kudos to the writers. I am really, really gripped right. Like, as far as like Marvel shows go, I was like, this is kind of sickening. I think this has magic. Okay, I love magic. As you know, I fucking love witches. So the fact that they have magic going on right now in the Marvel universe and like just leaning fully into it, it's the only time I've ever really been compelled to watch something. Like, I watched WandaVision and I watched Multiverse of Madness, and that's kind of where I left off, because the other Marvel movies that have Scarlet Witch in it, they don't really show her a whole lot because I guess they know they've overpowered her. But I digress. I'm getting off track. So they have to deal out this card, right? And like Agatha is just fully just like, she is not a believer of the tarot. She thinks it's a waste of time. She's like, baby, it's all up to interpretation. Meanwhile, Billy is giving the back and forth. She's like, bitch, play the game right. It's like a game of Uno, all right? They are making up their own rules. Like, neither one of them know how to actually play this game. It gets to the point where, like, swords are coming down left and right. Like, especially when Agatha starts slamming things down willy-nilly. Girl, she almost kills them both. Like, Billy almost gets impaled. So he says under his breath, like, I wish Lilia was here. And we cut back to Lilia, who's gone back in time. And she's sitting there with a teacup in front of her in, like, the old maiden times, right? And sitting in front of her is her old coven leader. And it's full Italian. It's full fabulous. Like, I wish they were speaking Italian. Like, that would have been everything. Like, they're just carrying on a conversation, both just talking to each other in another language. I don't think the American audience would have loved it, but I feel like that would have been the nice, like, touch that was missing, you know? But yeah, she's basically telling her, it's like, look, girl, you got to search within yourself. Like, you've had it all along. Like, I don't know what you're doing here. Like, you've gotten this far. She's like, you've ignored your gifts and you stuck up your nose at it. Like, figure it out. And then, like, a much, you know, old maidenly, kinder way. Like, she's not mean, but that's basically what she's saying. Like, she's being polite and saying, like, you have everything it takes to figure this out. It's like that one teacher in every movie where they're just like, they're tough on the student, but like, you know, they truly believe in them because they got the goods. She's like, you're like a little Goodwill Hunting, okay? Like, there's something there, all right? I'm putting it behind you because there's something there. You're going to win like a Nobel Peace Prize one day. She's putting in the work, okay? But this is truly Patti LuPone's episode, okay? Like, I was so floored. I've heard rumblings of what a great actress Patti LuPone is, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never been a Broadway gay. I don't like musicals, and I never was rich enough to go see a Broadway show. So I'm kind of in the dark as to what Patti LuPone has done. Like, I know she's like a prolific actress on the stage, but I've only ever seen her in like really campy schlock, like American Horror Story Coven and stuff. So that's really all I know her from. So she's been really like knocking me out with this. Like, she's got the goods. Like, I understand why they say she's like one of the best actresses of our time. Like, honey, even with like material like this, which a lot of actors probably stick up their nose at, she is bringing forth a performance like none other. Like, I was really, really like just bowing down to her. It's like, this was your episode. Like, you took this and transcended it, honey. Like, wow. Like, there must be like a guest actress Emmy or something that she's gonna like claim this year. Supporting actress. Like, Patti, you did that. All right. I salute to you, honey. But yeah, she is carrying this episode. This is her episode. And she falls through with Jen. Jen is dressed like the old witch from Snow White, like the little apple, like, come here, little girl. And Patti LuPone is dressed like Glenda the Good Witch. I guess to like play off of the fact that her and Agatha have had a back and forth this whole time, like they have not seen eye to eye. But Lilia keeps jumping back and forth through time, and like she's trying to piece together what the fuck they're supposed to talk about. So she assumes at first that this whole tarot game is supposed to be about Billy because he's the one that dealt it. You know, whoever smelt it dealt it, so he's dealing this out. And she even looks at the spread like, who massacred this spread? Like, the little nuances were getting me. It's like, you better work, bitch. Yeah. So she redeals and she reads the cards down, Boots. Like, honestly, she could have had this game done in probably 5 minutes. But she's taking her time with it, even though the time is running out. It's fully like, you know, Jasmine stuck in the hourglass. Like, can we roll this up, okay? Let's wrap this up. Even Agatha's just like, like every stage manager just like, what the fuck? Lilia keeps like having to take breaks because she keeps jumping back and forth in time. And I don't know what the like time rules are when it comes to this. Just like, has like milliseconds passed while she's like jumping back and forth throughout the decades? Honey. But she's trying to figure out like, what is she missing? She eventually reads Billy down. Like, she completely reads him back and forth. She's singing his life with this song, okay? She finishes him, then she realizes, shit, this wasn't even about you. It turns out this whole thing, this is all about me, which I live for. It's like, that's the kind of party person I am. Like, if it's someone else's birthday party, I'm secretly sitting there wishing it was my party. And I love it. She reclaimed the party. She made it about her. And you better work. I do the same thing. I respect that. So she takes back the game. She redeals, and it's all about her now. She's like, let's see, the timeline of my career. Okay, Anything Goes, Sunset Boulevard, American Horror Story. We're going to ignore that one. Okay, here we are. Agatha All Along. Here we go. Bing, bang, boom, doors open. And she comes to the sudden realization after like dealing these cards, she's jumping back and forth throughout like visions, right? She has a vision and she realizes that Rio, Aubrey Plaza, is death. And honestly, that's like spot on casting, if you ask me. Girl, she would be death, all right? If it's not Christina Ricci in the 90s or Jenna Ortega, it's Aubrey Plaza, okay? I can't think of anyone else that could pull that off better. Live it, mwah. Original Green Witch is death, and she is Agatha's ex. Confirmed, Agatha is kind of gay. Agatha is very gay, and we live. All right, so she bing, bang, boom, opens the door, right? The Iron Maiden opens up, and the girls can walk out. The trial's done. With inches to spare. And I love it, like she's sitting there just like holding the card in her trance, and Agatha finally gets frustrated. It's like, fuck it. Cousin slams it down. Door opens. But yeah, she's escorting them out. She's telling them all kinds of like weird ominous warnings. She's like telling Agatha, like, okay, if she calls you a coward, hit the deck. It's one of those like old Southern sayings, you know, like I always say my old neighbor from Florida used to say, where it's like,
you want to fuck with the big dogs, you gotta pee in the tall grass.
Or what was the other one she used to say? I love this one. It's
some people rather climb a tree and tell a lie than stand on the ground and say the truth.
What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, so if you got an old Southern saying, let me know. One of you was bound to have a Southern neighbor that used to tell you those things. Like, what the fuck? Why are you speaking in riddles? She gives Agatha her warning, and she gives Teen back his book, because I guess she found it along the way. And he's like, how'd you do it? She's like, magic, I don't know. Hands it over to him. And then she tells Jen, you are the path ahead. Again, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm like, oh no. Is what's going to happen what I think's going to happen? Okay, open up TV tropes now. Let's go to the forums. It's time to start writing. So Lilia sacrifices herself, but it's so good. Like she's closing the Iron Maiden quickly as Jen turns around and realizes like what she's doing and just ends it with saying, I loved being a witch, and slams it. And she turns around and does her bitch walk to the center of the room. She sees the seven coming in, right? The clan of evil witches that want to kick Agatha's ass. They're all surrounding her. You got gross familiars coming in with the rats and the cats and all the bats. You think like, oh girl, they're going to kick the shit out of you. And she mentions like, I guess this is a rule that she didn't establish before. If you complete a trial and you overstay your welcome inside that trial, things can go awful for you. Okay, like the shit's gonna hit the fan. And virtually she turns shit upside down. Literally. She takes the tower, reverses it, and all the witches fall backwards. The room just shifts upside down, right? It turns to Alice in Wonderland. She's hanging from the table. All the witches are falling in slow motion and get pierced with the swords on the ceiling. It's like Mortal Kombat where they're falling. And eventually Patti LuPone lets go, and she sacrifices herself, and you see her falling in slow motion. And I feel like it's like Mortal Kombat or Final Fight with the game over screen. I'm just, no, continue. Where's the quarter? Put a quarter in. Yeah, I was going through it, okay? I went through plenty watching this. That got me going. Oh my gosh. Oh. Hello? Hello? Hold on a second. I think there's someone at my door. So annoying. No review. Oh my freaking God. Jesus Christ. Just a second, you guys. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. I told you, brats, I have no candy. If I can't have it, neither can you. Oh, that's so annoying. Hopefully they're gone. This is how you get your house egged, folks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think they're gone. All right. God, I hate children. Oh, glad I never was one. Oh, damn ding-dong ditchers. All right, where was I? Okay, so I have to say these last two episodes were everything. Patti LuPone, you better motherfucking work. They better bring all these witches back, okay? Like, this cannot be the only time we ever see them. I want, like, Agatha All Along, the Scooby-Doo series, okay? I loved all these women. In season 2, let's bring them all back. Resurrect them. Like, I want adventures. I want the misadventures of all these witches. I loved them, okay? It's like the ants in Practical Magic. Like, we need the whole family, all right? No one dies. We need the whole family. Also, sidebar, I can't be the only one excited for Practical Magic 2. Honey, I'm here for Midnight Margaritas Take 2. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. So yeah, Agatha All Along, episodes 6 and 7. What did you guys think? Like, I loved the development here. Like, Patti LuPone's payoff was everything. And I loved how they tied everything back together. Like all the weird shit she's been saying all season finally makes sense. It's their Hodor moment, okay? This was Patti LuPone holding the door. And honey, she didn't even need the words, okay? She was Norma Desmond. She could say the world with her face. All right, sweetheart, I loved this. This was amazing. What did you guys think? Please tell me down below. Let's talk about it. Like, what do you think is going to happen next? Do you think the witches are going to come back? Do you think we're going to get Wanda? Because I don't think she's dead. Like, they keep saying she's dead, but I don't remember her dying. Like, wasn't she still alive in the multiverse of madness? She's sitting there studying all the books. Am I mistaken? I feel like that's what happened. I also fall asleep through a lot of Marvel movies, so you might have to fill me in on that one. Mama needs her naps. I have to give a huge shout out to my gamer girls. Thank you so much for subscribing. Remember, I play video games every Thursday, thrilling Thursdays on this channel. We're currently playing Resident Evil 4 and we're playing Skyrim. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you in the live streams. Oh, what is going on? Hello?
James, it's Stella.
Oh, hey, Stella.
Hey, have I got an offer for you? Hear me out. Global All-Stars.